Welcome to the March 2023 edition of MCBI-TV News. I'm Ayani Hughes. March welcomed International Women's Day and Women's History Month. To kick off the month, Cosmetic executive women announced their honorees for the Women's Leadership Awards Ambassador Class of 2023, with Tadra Mitchell-Jackson of Sundial Brands, Nakayo Greco of 13 Lune and Relevant Your Skin Scene, and Tracy Ellis Ross of Pattern Beauty, representing the multicultural beauty space among the 13 honorees. MCBI celebrates Women's History Month by recognizing over 80 BIPOC founders and leaders of multicultural beauty brands that are sold in U.S. retail. Check out parts 1 and 2 of this special tribute on our LinkedIn page or here on the MCBI TV channel. To honor International Women's Day, co-founders of Flawless by Gabrielle, actress Gabrielle Union, and celebrity stylist Larry Sims announced a $75,000 mentorship grant. According to a Black Enterprise article, partnering with LinkedIn to help make capital and mentorship available to Black businesses, the inaugural initiative will award $25,000 to 3 Black female-owned business owners, each in fashion, skincare, and hair accessories. The application deadline is April 19th. To learn more, visit the Lift As We Climb section of the website, flawlesscurls.com. Nonprofit organization Beauty United announced its open call for applications and nominations for a year-long, in-depth fellowship developed specifically for BIPOC and Latinx professionals. The program deep dives into the issues that people of color face in the industry and supports them with tools and access they need to get ahead. Fellows will participate in group discussions and ideation and receive mentorship and coaching from existing leaders in and outside of the beauty space. Beauty United is led by Executive Director and Cosmo Beauty Editor-at-Large, Julie Wilson. Women's History Month also saw the debut of the Madam C.J. Walker mobile exhibit. Hair care brand Madam put Madam C.J. Walker's life and legacy on display, paying homage to the first self-made female millionaire in the U.S. Madam is owned by Sundial and Unilever. This quarter, our monthly news shows have introduced you to many of the newest products that are part of 2023 retailer resets. And now, one of the newest brands to land shelf space in mass retail is from celebrity Tia Mowry. Her 8-product range, For You by Tia, debuted this quarter in the multicultural hair care section exclusively at Walmart stores. According to an article in People, the mom of 2 says she answered the call to introduce an inclusive line of products for hair types 2A to 4C that are clean, sustainable, and made with all the ingredients every naturalista recognizes. Also launching in mass and drug is a unique hair care system from beauty giant Mielle. The brand introduced its avocado and tamanu anti-frizz system, the first curated step-by-step collection from the company formulated to target frizz triggered by damage, dryness, and humidity. Using a proprietary innovation that the brand calls cold application technology, the 4-step system features products that work in conjunction with one another, allowing the user to achieve both curly and straight frizz-free styles. Some of the products require refrigeration to effectively activate the technology. Mielle CEO Monique Rodriguez states that cold application technology is the perfect marriage of science and nature. The collection was introduced this quarter in Target, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Sally Beauty, and H-E-B. Among other new items in the multicultural hair care aisle at Walmart is Laid, a brand founded by entrepreneur Kayla Joseph. Kayla talked with MCBI's Gabrielle Beckham about her brand's journey to the Walmart shelf.
Laid hair care owner Caleb Joseph is happy to have found a new home for her products in mass retail. Laid hair care hit Walmart shelves at 961 stores nationwide. Walmart picked up select items from Laid hair care's collection with solutions that are said to improve hair and scalp health along with well-needed care for protective styles. Products within the collection include a scalp-soothing growth oil, shampoo, conditioner, and a heat-protective shine serum. Owner Kayla Joseph says the customers sold the product by leaving raving reviews and viral videos on social media, and that's how the opportunity with Walmart was possible.
Our sales during the pandemic were record-breaking. I couldn't attribute it to anything but God.
Right.
because while so many businesses were taking like major losses, just the innovation of not only our technology, but we also paired it with one of our sister companies. And so being able to offer better hair extensions and the products that take care of your hair extensions. So not only are you able to find affordable hair extensions, we're giving you the products that your stylist would use in the salon so that you're able to make your hair extensions last longer. So a lot of times people think, oh, I had a bad batch of hair, or, the product was bad or whatever. And it's really the products that you're putting into your hair on your hair extensions might not be the same porosity. They might not be the same. No, it's rarely the same porosity. It has completely different needs. And so you have to treat your hair extensions as almost a luxury item that requires luxury, a different type of level of care consideration.
Laid Hair Care is dedicated to making women feel beautiful at every stage of their journey, which is why owner Kayla Joseph says she wanted to make sure all women were kept in consideration when developing her products.
Types of marketing, because we're forgetting the women who have alopecia. We're forgetting the women who are stressed out and that are experiencing bald patches to where we can't even get our hair into a ponytail, maybe. We aren't thinking about the vitamin deficiencies. We aren't thinking about the convenience. We're not thinking about women who don't have $100 to spend at the hair salon every week. We're not thinking about the women who don't maybe have access to the technology or the time to sit and look on YouTube or watch videos all day about how to take care of their hair. We're not even thinking about the women who may not have access to a dermatologist or someone to explain to them what their deficiencies are.
One thing that sticks out about Laid Hair Care is their affordable prices compared to their competitors.
Originally, when I was going to pitch, I wanted to get into places like Nordstrom and like and Saks because the product is a premium product. It requires a lot of time, effort, personal finances, and the price point of what the market told me my price point should be anywhere between $48 and I think $56 for type of product. And I didn't want to take that route because that again makes it inaccessible to the women who may be experiencing a crisis for their hair.
Laid Hair Care is currently working on another line that helps women wanting to start their lock journey. April Beckham reporting for MCBI.
Urban Skin RX's Smaller Pore Serum is the newest product launched by the award-winning Multicultural skincare brand. The remedy boasts using polyhydroxy acid to gently exfoliate without irritation, combined with niacinamide that visibly tightens pores for a smooth, more refined complexion. The product is available on the Urban Skin RX website and at Ulta Beauty. Forbes reports hair care brand Ceremonia celebrated this quarter by becoming the first Latinx-owned hair care brand to launch in Sephora. Founder and CEO Baba Rivera launched Ceremonia in 2020, treating hair care with the same ritual-based habits as skincare. Ceremonia's mission is to celebrate the richness of Latinx culture through clean, sustainable hair products powered by natural ingredients and the power of strong community. The Latinx community is among the biggest demographic of consumers in the beauty industry, yet are not represented on shelf. With tripling year-over-year revenue and a flourishing line of 20 original formulas and products, Ceremonia enters a new stage of growth. Also hitting mass retail is a new product for richly melanated skin from the personal care leader in sunscreens. Coppertone introduces Everytone, a new sunscreen specifically formulated for darker skin. To advise on the development of this product, Coppertone turned to the Skin of Color Society. MCBI reached out to Society member and dermatologist Dr. Susan Taylor to learn more about the organization and why Everytone is a product consumers can trust.
The Skin of Color Society is a professional organization whose mission is to promote awareness as well as excellence in skin of color dermatology. We understand that many patients with skin of color do not use sunscreen, and for many of them, that is because they don't like the white hue that is left on their darker tones, and they don't like the aesthetics overall. So, the Skin of Color Society supports any company that is interested in making products that are aesthetically pleasing and compatible with darker skin tones. So, products that go on and disappear into the skin and don't leave a white cast. We want what's best for our patients, and sun protection is critically important.
Dr. Taylor, what makes this product a viable solution for people with darker skin tones to actually trust will work for them?
People with darker skin tones know that they can trust a sunscreen product first if it comes from a reputable company. Secondly, if it meets the aesthetic needs of their skin. And by that I mean if the product goes on and does not leave a white cast, if it's not greasy or tacky, if it disappears into the skin. And if the bottle is labeled with the SPF, the sun protection factor, right there on the label, then they know that they can trust that product.
Hair and scalp care brand Canvy just launched into 600 Walmart stores. Founder and CEO Sherelle Sampson recently posted that this introduction in Walmart will represent the most extensive offering of Canvy products in retail. Merchandised alongside general market scalp care brands, Canvy is sold in mass, drug, specialty, and select airport travel stores throughout the U.S. Earlier this quarter, Sampson talked with MCBI editor Dwan White about her company's founding and journey to retail. You can see the full interview right here on the MCBI-TV channel. Kiss Colors and Care announced a new celebrity brand partnership as it introduced its latest styling collection. Rapper Jatavia Johnson, better known as JT from City Girls, is the new ambassador that Kiss says will champion their products by giving fans and followers a sneak peek into how the brand is essential to her day-to-day beauty routine. The new 6-product Kiss Color and Care collection includes braids, twists, curls, and locking aids, along with a foam mousse, edges wax stick, and reversible satin bonnet. Products can be found in OTC beauty supply stores nationwide. Legacy hair care brand Cream of Nature announced that its scholarship fund for HBCU students has returned for a third year. Administered by the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, recipients receive generous financial assistance for college tuition. Stephanie Burks, Senior Director of Marketing at Revlon Multicultural, talked with our editor, Dwan White, about how Cream of Nature is giving back.
How does an initiative like this align with Cream of Nature's vision and mission?
Cream of Nature is a legacy brand. We've been around for over 40 years, serving the Black woman and her hair care needs and her community. We are not Black owned or Black founded, but this is for a brand such as a legacy brand that's basing its success from the Black woman and her community. This is our way of showing a strand of kindness and giving back to her community.
That's great. Now you are partnering with the Thurgood Marshall College Fund to disseminate the funds. Am I right?
Yes.
Tell us
absolutely.
a little bit about how that partnership has developed.
Okay. There's 2 big players in that field. It's UNCF and the other one is Thurgood Marshall. So at the onset of the program, we wanted to make sure, we were partnering with the right partner, and we wanted to try both to determine, where was that best fit. We chose Thurgood Marshall for the second year, and we continue with them because we find them as being, really active in the community. They have their own programming that they offer us, bring us along into that programming. So we believe we can reach many more students, families and parents by alliancing with them. And it's just been a great ride. They think of us when they do something, we think of them when we do something, and it's been a great partnership.
Now, you're also working with Impressions of Beauty to kind of help spread the word on HBCU campuses. Tell us a little bit about how they're able to get the word out about this opportunity.
Okay. What we added this for, for the Legacy of Leadership this year, and we are happy to have their influencers and ambassadors that are attending HBCUs to post our posters that has a QR code for the students to apply. So, they post it at the university, and also the students go onto their social media and they post, there that it's available. They have t-shirts that say Legacy of Leadership as conversation starters. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of results from that. Another lever I like to say, very proud that we added this year is an event. We went to the CIAA in Baltimore.
Lots of exposure there.
Yeah, lots of exposure. And we had a booth that was a fantastic booth. And it was all centered around Legacy of Leadership, but we added a edge bar because we do have a great edge product called Cream of Nature Perfect Edges, where the young ladies could come, and get their edges done, get samples of our product. We had the dancers who do, they're called the top tier dancers. They do the Baltimore strut. We had them come to our booth, and teach our visitors and me how to do the Baltimore strut. So it was really just a fun time of engaging the community with the program, with our product, and telling them that we had the program available to, help the students on their HBCU journey.
Cream of Nature will select 20 students and award them $5,000 each. We love it when brands give back. MCBI celebrates new roles and promotions throughout the industry. L'Oreal exec Erica Culpepper is now general manager of IT Cosmetics, L'Oreal's #2 luxury makeup brand in the U.S., behind Lancome. Former director of sales at Inspired Beauty Brands, James William, is now president of the new JW Sales and Associates. Alicia Crawford is the sales and experience manager for Adwoa Beauty. Kennedy Vermillion Elliott is the new senior marketing manager for brand marketing makeup at Sephora. And Dana Onyewu joins Ceremonia as its chief commercial officer. Congratulations! Many budding entrepreneurs took advantage of the 2020 shut-in by launching new products to a captive audience of consumers looking for new beauty aids to try while at home. Among them is the unique duo of Danielle Pasha and her teenage daughter, Samaya, launching their brand, the Beat House Cosmetics. This month, BlackNews.com reported that the mother-daughter duo has launched their cosmetics line in 600 City Trend stores nationwide and have been accepted into Amazon's Black Business Accelerator program. At age 17, Samaya serves as the company's president, while her mom fulfills the role of CEO. Inclusive beauty brand Uoma Beauty made its debut on QVC this month as part of QVC's 31 Days of Makeup. In a CEW Daily article, Anna Baker, Vice President, General Merchandise Manager for Beauty at QVC, stated that they've been following the Uoma brand for quite some time and admired founder Sharon Shooter for how she's disrupting the beauty industry and inspiring brands and retailers to think differently about inclusivity in beauty. Entrepreneur Andrea Polk is one of the few women owning a men's grooming brand in mass retail. A year ago, her brand, Solo Noir, debuted in 135 Walmart stores across 13 states. MCBI's Gabrielle Beckham follows up with Polk as she shares her experience as a first-year retail beauty vendor.
Andrea Polk, owner of Solo Noir, a men's grooming company, is gradually expanding in more Walmart stores nationwide. Solo Noir started in 135 Walmarts and is now in 237 and branching off to southern states. It started off as a graduate project and business plan idea for Andrea, and now is impacting the men's grooming industry.
I was selling a women's line, and a lot of men would always ask me if I had something for them, but I didn't have anything for them at the time. So I used that lack in need in the marketplace to create a business plan, and got to ace the business plan, kind of set the business plan down. And because I didn't really want to be an entrepreneur, I didn't even really know what it was at the time. I don't want to date myself, but So I moved back to Chicago and I was working and wasn't getting paid enough. My boss didn't think I was smart enough. I was like, dude, I got this. Like,
Right.
don't sleep on me, you know.
Right.
So while I was there, I essentially picked this business plan up and I started like creating a team under this, you know, under the umbrella. I would work in my office and be like creating this business plan and stuff like that. So I had a launch party in October of 2011 and it was over 100 people there, ultra successful.
Wow.
Because I had began bringing people in on my journey on social media, and one of my coworkers came and brought something for my boss.
Andrea decided to take a chance on herself and apply for the Black vendor market with Walmart and won her pitch idea.
They had a what was it called, a Black vendors like opportunity where you could pitch to their buyers. I found them on RangeMe. RangeMe is like it's a affiliate site where if you're looking to get into retail stores, retailers and buyers, they have like their buying schedule and different events that you can kind of pitch to. So I submitted it and I like left it there. I was like, I do this all the time. I'm gonna submit it and see what happens. And then I got, you know, moved to the next level and I was like, okay, well, I'm meeting with somebody. I don't know who it is, but I'm meeting with somebody and I'm going to be ready. So fast forward, life was just really, really busy. And I didn't get a chance to really prep as much as I would want to, like have a presentation, but the screen came on and I was actually in front of the actual buyer of the category. And I winged it and I won it.
So far, business has been great for Solo Noir, and now having all Solo Noir products in Walmart is a plus.
Perfect timing for me. I mean, yeah, Solo Noir, it came in a time where there was really nothing for men to now it's a more diverse space. Other companies have more capital than but I'm still winning.
Solo Noir is a lifestyle brand, and Andrea says she is now focusing on the internal needs of men regarding their mental health and self-love products. She is also launching her second business, Zen Soul Apothecary, a business she started with her daughter, Ava Polk. Gabrielle Beckham with MCBI.
Last month, MCBI celebrated the announcement of body care brand 54 Thrones being awarded a $200,000 grant at the 15% Pledge annual gala. I spoke with founder and CEO Christina Funke Tegbe about the brand and her experience raising capital. What is 54 Thrones and what's the origin behind this? What's the story behind it?
I started traveling around Nigeria, and then I went to Ghana and Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, Uganda. I went to so many places after I quit my job, and everywhere I went, I just saw women who were making things like argan oil, like sitting down, like cracking the argan nuts and watching the oil come out. And the same thing with shea butter. And I was like, I have got to partner with you to create something beautiful. And that is how I got the inspiration to start 54 Thrones. So 54 Thrones, the name honors the 54 countries of Africa. And that's where my ingredients come from.
Now that you've started 54 Thrones, right? What was your entrepreneurial journey to be able to build upon that and raise capital and make the business not just a small business, but a thriving, profitable business?
I officially started and launched in 2016. And so I started just off of my savings and my 401k and IRA that I had liquidated after I quit my job. And so I've been fully self-funded. And that was incredible. That has been incredibly difficult. 54 Thrones was something that I was still traveling for. I was still sourcing ingredients. I was still working on products and selling products, not at a huge scale at all, like very, very small scale. Fast forward to 2020, I still was running 4 businesses, and 54 Thrones just took off. And that was because of George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. I live very close to where George Floyd was from, in Houston, and the magnitude of what happened was extremely bittersweet for us, because it brought so many new eyes to the brand. So many people and organizations now knew about us and was purchasing from us. And we had sales like we had never experienced. But the root cause of it was because of George Floyd, and so it was a very like emotionally driven, bittersweet time. We were excited on one hand, but it was very tragic on the other hand. We still have not raised institutional capital. So we're still self-funded. We're still 100% bootstrapped. But, that was my journey, like of how I've gotten here from the beginning to now.
You have been awarded a 15% pledge grant that is $200,000. I can only imagine that that's a huge relief for you and for the business and just the potential that it has. So talk to me about what that grant can do for your business. How can that take you to the next level?
That is an extremely generous and timely award. And we already have plans for all of it, for every single dollar. So I think for us, it'll definitely help with our plans for this year, our growth plans. We launched in Sephora stores in January. I was going to say last month. It's already March.
Right.
We launched in January. And so, a lot of people, they see these amazing brands and they're like, we want to shop you in store. And we want to be in store too, but it is expensive. It costs a lot of money to be on shelves. And so this award comes at a perfect timing to where we can continue to help support our retail expansion. And Sephora, we're also sold in Nordstrom and Credo stores. So it's definitely going to help with that. It's definitely going to help with new products, new exciting things that we have coming up for this year. And we also want to continue to help build our community because, I started the brand working with African entrepreneurs, African women and men who ran cooperatives and had farms. And so it's going to allow us to work with them at a greater capacity.
This edition of MCBI-TV News is brought to you by Bellamy Media Group and Associates. BMG works with beauty brands to deliver the best in SEO, website design, and social media ad management. Learn more about how BMG can help your business thrive online at bellamymediagroup.com.
Behind the scenes of some of the most successful U.S. beauty brands are the amazing project managers, formulation chemists, and manufacturers that are rarely seen. Well, our Dwan White caught up with Robin Watkins, owner of Holistic Beauty Group, a full-service product development and manufacturing company with a clientele of some of the biggest names in beauty, including Pattern, Estee Lauder, Orly, Wet n Wild, Smashbox, and more, to discuss what categories are best for launching new products.
So from your perspective, what are you seeing? What types of products would be good for brands to think about coming out now where it's a category that where there really is a consumer need and fewer barriers to entry?
Yes. So I like that question. It is an interesting question. I think number one, I do not recommend launching products just strictly based on trends. I think it's very important that as a brand, you launch a product that meets the needs of your consumer and also is in alignment with your purpose as a brand, that's aligned to your mission as a brand. It's okay to not be on trend. Like we find that the products that stand the test of time are really deeply connected to the consumer and purpose. And so as the trends ebb and flow, like you're here and you're still standing. So we always like to say, like, you need a square to stand on first, right? And so I think that's really important. But I will say from a multicultural brand perspective, I think, there's a unique opportunity to really capture like our unique pain points. Like we have so many unique pain points that can create niches in this market even still. Like if we think about the multicultural consumer, like we're still out here hacking, like we still make things and we're still like, DIYing and doing it ourselves and, making flaxseed gel. And we're still doing all this stuff. So I think pay attention to those areas where we can simplify and modernize some of our hacks. I think that's always a golden opportunity because it authentically connects to something that we already believe in, right? And so I like that approach. I think the hair care category is still really thriving and really open, and I think consumers are really looking for the brands that really speak to them and their needs. I think there is a bigger conversation around scalp care and hair care from a hair health perspective. We've been so really focused on stylers, in the past few decades. We're in the era of hair health. And so that's a big opportunity. I see an opportunity for gray hair care from a textured hair perspective. So as your hair grays and goes white and you are a textured consumer, like you may have different need states than general market products, right? Like your texture changes and maybe you want it to look really ultra white, all these things. Like our hair tends to yellow and there's all kinds of things, right? And so I think that's an opportunity because, we have people who are, in the more mature cohorts that we're not necessarily paying attention to. So I think that's going to be really, really big. From a skincare perspective, I think, melanin focused skincare is of the utmost importance, but we need to look at it from a safety perspective. I think, there's a lot of focus on hyperpigmentation, but what does that really mean? How do we do that in a safe way we can fade without bleaching, all of that stuff. Like, let's get really into that and protect ourselves and protect our community with the right type of skincare and body care. And then I think from a wellness perspective, I think we do wellness so well from a multicultural perspective in our families, in our communities. Like there's still there's not a lot of representation in terms of multicultural brands in the wellness space. There's very little. And I would love to see more of this happening. And I think this is still a huge opportunity, especially when we look at categories like menopausal, holistic care. There's so much out there for us. So I think when we think about low-hanging fruit, look for the areas that, we have unique pain points that haven't been addressed.
Learn more from Dwan and Robin about the impact of new beauty regulations, product development, and supply chain in the Editor's Talk here on the MCBI-TV channel. Thanks for watching the March 2023 edition of MCBI-TV News. Subscribe to this channel for our monthly news wrap-ups and to view more stories and full feature interviews. For breaking news and informative content throughout the week, follow Multicultural Beauty Insider on LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm Ayani Hughes for MCBI-TV News.